22nd is the longest night, which is the winter solstice. And it's interesting, we don't know when Jesus was born. And the reason that December 25th was chosen is because it was during the winter solstice. And there was a connection to Jesus with light. So the birth narratives are situated within this experience of the longest night, knowing that as we open ourselves to the infinite healing presence of God, that light comes. So this service tonight is a space to just acknowledge. To acknowledge that we might be feeling some grief, a sense of loss, perhaps a sense of heaviness. And so we offer you this space tonight for healing, but also we offer this as a space to be real and to be open and to be authentically feeling that which you feel. This is a service of readings and music. It is woven around 3 verses of O Come, Emmanuel with adapted words. We'll sing that a cappella. We'll allow our voices to fill the space just as we allow the light of God to fill the space within us. And during the service, there'll be a time of meditation, a time of silence and reflection, and a time of candle lighting. In John 14, we are reminded of this verse. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you, not as the world give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So this is your time to just be, to be at peace, to be open, and to breathe. Richard Rohr writes that Advent is our time to attend to that which is already there. So the candles on the Advent wreath tonight remind us of the light that is already here within us. So again, welcome, and let this be a place of healing. Let this be a place of light.
I will share with you tonight a slight adaptation of a poem by Dr. Maya Angelou called Amazing Peace, a Christmas poem. Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes, and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await us in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low and gray and threatening. Illness and death seem all around. We question ourselves. What have we done to so affront nature? We worry God, are you there? Are you there really? Does the covenant you made with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters. Streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor, come the way of friendship. It is called the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Floodwaters recede into memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of the aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate, which crouches, breeding in the dark corridors. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first, it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now. It is louder, louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by the presence. It is what we have hungered for. Not just the absence of war, but true peace. A harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and their beloveds. We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We, Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslim, say, "Come, peace. Come and fill us in our world with your majesty." We, the Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us, so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. It is Christmas time, a halting of hate time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves to ourselves and to each other. At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Into the great religions of the world, we jubilate the precious advent of trust. We shout with glorious tongues at the coming of hope. All the earth's tribes loosen their voices to celebrate this promise of peace. We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heaven-wide and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at our world and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at each other and then into ourselves. And we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace, my brother. Peace, my sister. Peace, my soul.
And let's sing, O come, Emmanuel. O come, Emmanuel, and with your grieving children dwell. Give comfort to all people here, and to the aching heart bid cheer. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel has come within as healing love to dwell.
I lost my beloved friend Margaret this past week, and I have come to realize that in my grieving, it is partnered with gratitude for knowing the beautiful soul that she was. And I found some words about companioning that I felt were quite appropriate, being with her and with her daughter. Companioning is about honoring the spirit, curiosity, learning from others, walking alongside. Companioning is about being still, discovering the gifts of sacred silence, listening with the heart, being witness to the struggles of others. Companioning is about being present to another person's pain, respecting disorder and confusion, going to the wilderness of the soul with another human being. Beyond suffering, remind me that when I am in the heart of God, there is no suffering, there is no pain. Help me to be compassionate and identify with the dignity of love in all whom my eyes would behold. Remind me that the gift of peace and unconditional love is the most valuable thing I can give anyone. Let me look past the pain that human suffering would tempt me to identify with, and to see only the light of love, enveloping and emanating from all living forms. Help me to know that your love is my only reality, and to know that what is true and real can never be hurt or harmed. Let me be the beacon of your light that heals all pain, suffering, and separation. Let me feel the beating of your heart within me, that I may shine your love and light on all, and know that the light I see is but a reflection of your light and my light, joined as one. Remind me to be grateful for your love and for the opportunity to be helpful and loving to all others. Last piece I would like to read is something that the days that I saw Margaret, I read this to her, and I also read it to her beloved friend Elaine when she made her passing. God holds my hand. Sometimes I cannot seem to see the wisdom of God's way, and yet I trust God's loving hand to guide me through each day. Though darkest shadows fall about and make my path obscure, one thing I know: God holds my hand. Of God's dear care, I'm sure. I feel God's presence always near. Together we shall stand, and faith shall be my strong support, because God holds my hand.
That will never cease. Be with with us in the longest night, and lead us into the light. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel has come within, has healing love to dwell.
Tonight we remember those persons whom we have loved and lost. We remember their name, their voice, their face, the memory that binds them to us in this season. We hold them, we take them by the hand, giving thanks for their lives and ours. We are grateful for the gift each of these people has been in our lives. We celebrate the treasure of love they were for us. We remind ourselves we are not alone when we are caught up in the desolation of this journey of grief and sadness. We know and affirm joy in the people, the events, and the beauty of nature which surrounds us. Tonight we remember the pain of loss, the loss of relationships, the loss of jobs with the security they bring, the loss of health in ourselves or in family members, the loss of joy and peace in our lives from the stresses which surround us, the loss and loneliness we experience most poignantly at this time of year from strained and difficult relationships. Each of us comes bearing our own hurts, sorrows, and broken pieces. We know and affirm peace with all. We come together tonight in need of that peace, grateful for the mystery of life and ever keenly aware of God's presence as us, with us, knowing guidance and protection. We want to place our trust in God, our divine wisdom, but our hearts grow fearful and anxious. We forget so easily that we are not alone in all that we experience. We are open to patience in the transformation of our lives and open to the changes which we are now going through. Tonight we remember those who experience a loss of direction in their lives. We want so much to have a sense of direction, to know where we are and where we ought to be headed. We want it to make sense. But the darkness and the questions stay. We are asked to invoke faith, to believe deep within that we have a signpost, that we are open to our wisdom and guidance, and to trust in that presence. The words of Scripture are clear. Do not fear, I go before you. Deuteronomy 31:8. From our depths, we cry for a guide. We know we have a strong sense of inner direction, and we have the reassurance of knowing that we are on the right path. Lastly, tonight, we remember hope, the hope that the Christmas story offers to us. We are guided when we cannot see the way. We know that a shadow is only a shadow because the light of goodness shines behind the object of our fears. Where there is love in life, we will see it. We will learn to trust it, and we will grow in the power of love. So may our lives bring comfort and encouragement to others.
Set your mind at ease. Where there is love, there is a peace. Where there is hope, there is a dream. To rise above, to remit and to redeem. To go back, to go where there's no hurt or anger there. To find the song that you once could sing. Where there is hope, there is a dream. Where there is faith, there is a chance to alter the course and fight the winds of circumstance. Not to scar, not to mend, not to break, but to bend. And not to know, but to understand. Where there is faith, there is a chance. Where there is hope, there is a dream. Where there is love, there is a peace.
What a blessing it is to share this precious time with you all. Bereavement presents a journey of peaks and valleys, some very fresh and some long followed. No matter where you are on this path, this reading will welcome your heart to know the truth. I never used to pay attention to people who would talk about change and say things like, everything changes, nothing stays the same. Change is the only thing you can count on. Seems so matter-of-fact, so simple. In my head, I was always thinking, yeah, of course, we all know everything changes. And then my heart had its first big encounter with grief. And I realized that I only thought I could adapt to anything. I only thought that change was no big deal. The first word that I could put together about grief was constriction. I was squeezing my heart so tightly closed that I did not know if it would ever open again. People were trying so very hard to be there for me, take care of me. But the more they cared, the more I had to tighten my heart, because letting people in and letting them help me meant I had to face the loss of what I loved so much. My heart would tighten up like a closed fist, because to feel the loss was too big and too scary. My voice was constricted too. Every time I tried to talk, as all I did was cry or choke back feelings. I would nod my head when someone talked to me and realize afterwards that I was not even sure of anything that they said. One afternoon, a woman walked up to me, took both of my hands, and just stared into my eyes, saying nothing. Sobbing through tears, I told her, I don't think I can do this. How do I survive this? This is way too much. She just stood there nodding with a gentle expression on her face, softly smiling. And I said, What? Tell me, how do I get through this? It hurts so much. And finally, this sweet, soft soul looked right at me and said, I cannot begin to pretend that I know how your journey through this loss will go, but I can tell you 3 things. First, that constriction of your heart is there for one reason, and one reason only, to prove something to you. Your heart only squeezes so tight and hurts so bad right now because you love so deeply. Take in my words and know that because you are capable of great love, you experience deep loss. Your love is big and powerful. Secondly, God will provide all you need to move from constriction to the return of an open heart. The timing will be yours. The healing will be yours. And God will be your partner on this path. There will be a time when that gasp of breath that used to constrict your whole heart will slowly open to a smile, a laugh, a memory, joy, vitality, and peace, an even greater ability to love. So be easy with yourself. The healing will happen, and you will find a new way to be present to what you only thought you had lost. Nothing is lost. Your belief in eternality is the true gift. You just have to choose now to move into connecting in a new way. And third, you have a tool for relief during this time. Remember that all are one in, as, and through God eternally. Because all are one, you can practice releasing constriction with your breath. Even here now with me. Soften your gaze, breathe in and out slowly, and know in that stillness, the breath of God is breathing you, and all is well. The joy of God is breathing you, and all is well. The love of God is breathing you, and all is well. Be grateful that you love so deeply right here and right now. And trust that the journey is yours and God is within you.
And let's continue in that space of breathing. I invite you just to turn within for a few moments. And know that as you breathe again, you are breathing in the very life and healing of God. That God is breathing you, as Jan just reminded us. This Christmas season again falls within the darkest time of the year, where the days are short and the nights are long. But we know at the solstice that the days become longer and the nights begin to be shorter. Allow the light that is God to breathe in and through you. Allow the joy that is God to breathe in and through you. Allow the healing that is God to breathe through you, in you, as you. Let the heaviness of heart for just a moment be lifted away. Let the constriction ease. And allow the love that you are to express in and through you. We'll remain now in the silence for a few moments. But what I invite you to do is, if you look at the table in front of me, you'll see there's some candles to light. And so as you feel ready and as you are open to do so, just come forward and light a candle to represent that light of God in you, to remind you perhaps of someone that isn't with you tonight, someone dear and close in your heart. To light a candle for them, to light a candle for yourself, to light a candle for healing. So when you're ready, come forward. Even in the longest night, there is light, because light lives in you, a healing light. And you have that light within you every moment of the day, even in your darkest times of grief. And so I invite you, as you might continue to feel the heaviness of this time of year, just to remember the light and rekindle that memory within you. And so let's join together in singing our last verse of O Come, Emmanuel. O come, new morning bright, pour in our hearts your healing light, and dawn in every hurting soul the truth that we are ever whole. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel has come within as living love to dwell. And as you go forth tonight, may the healing light of the Christ be with you always. The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you.